Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy Dana here, back at it again with another video. And today we got a pretty cool video for you guys. We're doing a deck showcase on the Dusk main Necrozma GX deck. It's a new Ultra Prism deck that came out in the most recent set. It's a pretty cool deck, so I'm excited to show you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the deck profile. Alright guys, so starting off the deck profile with the Pokemon, we play 3 copies of Dusk main Necrozma GX, 3 copies of Magnemite, 1 Magneton, 3 copies of that Magnetic Circuit Magnezone, 2 copies of Tapu Lele, 1 Prism Solgaleo, a 2/2 line of Remoraid and Octillery, and 1 Dialga GX there. So let's run this down quickly. Our main attacker and the star of the deck, we have our Dusk main Necrozma GX. This card is a beast, hitting 220 turn after turn. So Claw Slash for 60, Meteor Tempest for 220, has 190 HP, so not the most it could have, but it's still better than nothing. A retreat cost of 3 is okay because you can search it out with Heavy Ball, but I do not play Heavy Ball in my deck. Sun's Eclipse GX for 250, if you have more prize cards left than your opponent, is very, very good early game if one of your Magnemites get knocked out, so this is a very big attacker in this deck. We run 3 copies of this solid unit Magnemite here. It's pretty good. It evades Water Shurikens from Greninja, Flying Flips from Tapu Koko, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We run 1 copy of that Ultra Prism Magneton, just to, in case you get Espeon out of your Magnezones. And the big other card, the Magnezone with Magnetic Circuit, allowing you to attach all of the metal energy that you would like during your turn onto your Pokemon on the same turn. So unlimited energy attachments, really helping you get those big attacks off turn after turn. Zap Cannon can also be used as a secondary attack if you really need it. So that is, Magnezone's pretty much what makes the deck what it does. So we run 2 copies of Tapu Lele, really standard card in the standard format, just allowing you to search for your supporters. Very useful in any deck. Now, this is one of the new cards from Ultra Prism, the Solgaleo Prism Star, 160 HP, Radiant Star, really helping you set up if you start out with it. Discard those energies and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like is really helpful. And Corona Impact is a good attack for a single prize attacker, but it does go in the lost zone if it is knocked out, so you do need to watch out for that. 2/2 line of Ion Pool Remoraids, just the Ion Pool attack on that one, so discarding that Stadium. And the Abyssal Hand Octilleries is our draw power in this deck. You want to have 1 out and 2 Magnezones out at a time, so Abyssal Hand really helps you draw some more cards. And finally, we play 1 copy of Dialga GX, just for those hard Volcanion and sort of Greninja matchups. It can really help with that. And it's Timeless GX can be very helpful sometimes. So that's pretty much it for the Pokemon. Let's move on to the supporter cards. Alright guys, so the supporter cards in this deck are pretty simple, pretty standard supporter cards. We run 4 copies of N, 2 copies of Bridget, 3 copies of Guzma, 4 copies of Sycamore, and 2 copies of Skyla. So they're pretty standard supporters, I would say. We do not play Cynthia, we do play N still, so each player shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck, then each player draws a card for each of his or her remaining prize cards, so very good for disrupting your opponents, and a good draw power for you. 2 copies of Bridget, so basically just first turn Bridget, getting your Pokemon out, able to set up quickly, and really helping this deck go very nicely. We run 2 copies of Skyla to search for either a Fighting Fury Belt for that knockout on a 230 HP, either Gardevoir or the upcoming Greninja GX. And also you could search for a Professor's Letter to find more energy, and it's just a very good card in this deck. You can also search for Mount Coronets with it, forgot to mention that. 3 copies of Sycamore, standard discard your hand and draw 7 card supporter. So play 3 of those. It's a pretty standard card in every deck. And last but certainly not least is ya boy Guzma. We play 3 of them just allowing you to switch your Pokemon out, and your opponents drag one up to get those big knockouts is very, very helpful. So 3 copies of Guzma, so that really helps this deck. Alright, let's move on to the items now. Alright guys, so item cards in this deck are pretty standard as well. There's a couple good cards that only work well in this deck. We run 4 copies of Mount Coronet, that stadium card. So I guess it's not an item. We run 4 copies of Rare Candy. We run 4 copies of Ultra Ball, so a lot of 4 ofs. 2 copies of Professor's Letter, 2 Fighting Fairy Belts, and a Rescue Stretcher. So looking at the trainers, pretty much everything is standard in a deck, except for maybe the letters and these bad boys. Mount Coronet. Once during each player's turn, that player may search for 2 metal-type energy cards from their discard pile and put them into your hand. So that's basically getting 2 free energy every turn after you use that big Meteor Tempest attack on your Dusk Necrozma GX. It allows you to take the energy that you discarded out of the discard pile and attach it back again, getting those huge one-hit knockouts every turn after turn. You play 4 of them because even if 1 or 2 or even 3 get field lowered away, you'll still have an extra one to use. It is a vital card in this deck. You have to have that to make the deck work. Standard 4 copies of Rare Candy, just allowing you to search out, or not search out, but skip that Magneton evolution. We only play 1, so Rare Candies are very important in this deck. Allowing you to evolve your Magnemite straight into Magnezones is very good. 4 copies of Ultra Ball. Standard allows you to discard your energies to get other Pokemon into play, and just search for a Pokemon in general, so very good card in this matchup. Or in any deck, really, I should say, because they're used in pretty much every deck. Now, this card is not used in a lot of decks, but it is Professor's Letter. It allows you to search for 2 basic energy cards from your deck and put them straight into your hand, so if you attach those with Magnezone, it's very good to use Professor's Letters. You can Skyla for them, and it just gives you energy into your hand. Next, we have 2 copies of Fighting Fairy Belt. I chose Fighting Fairy Belts over Choice Bands just because of that 190 HP. Not a very good health for that Pokemon, so we use Fighting Fairy Belts just to get it up to that health. And 230's knocking out most anything anyways, so it's really not a problem to put Fighting Fairy Belts in the deck instead of Choice Bands. And we also do play 1 copy of Rescue Stretcher just in case any of your Pokemon get knocked out or discarded in any way. You could just grab them back, put them into your deck or into your hand, and be good to go. Last but not least is the energy cards. Alright guys, so in this deck we play all basic energy cards. We play 3, 6, 9, 11 metal energy cards in this deck. I think it's the perfect amount for this deck just to be able to get everything going. And it's just, you know, energy cards. They're just kind of there, they help you power up your attacks, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about them. So let's that's pretty much the list for you guys. If you guys enjoyed, please hit that like button. This is my first time doing a deck profile like this one. So if you enjoyed, leave a comment, tell me if there's anything I should work on to improve. I know my voice is a little scratchy today, but I can't really do anything about that. But I wanted to put a video out because I really enjoy this deck. And maybe some of you guys will want to play it. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed, once again, hit that like button. You guys know what to do. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. Why not? It's free and it helps me out a lot. So thanks so much guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace out guys.